What do you see in our world? We can see what is right in front of us, but probably not what's ahead of us. But how many of you have had your déjà vu moments? You met someone that seemed to have walked out of a dream. Someone you feel you know. Someone with an invisible link with you, but neither of you can untangle the twisted feelings. Or it may be a place that has appeared many times in your dreams. Or it may be a gut feeling, a voice in your ear, or a shadow in your dream. Haven't you felt something like this? But is that really a parallel world? Or just me going crazy? Well, I'll tell you what I saw and what I think it is. And you can decide what to do or what you want to believe. At the end of the film, I will put all that together and tell you what that means about the future we all have to face. Do you believe there is a parallel world? I would assume the answer for most of us is no. How about if I ask you, where do you think we'll go after we die? Would you say another dimension? It is a world the living can't see, but probably looking just like the one before the last breath. So, would you call that a parallel world? Have you watched Long Island Medium? How the host talks to people on the other side? She often tells her guest, "Your mother is with you." Can she peek into the other world? Okay, let me share with you my personal experience on that. We were filming a documentary in Irvine. The medium, Deborah, would talk to all attendees.
And it's also about, it's about learning how to speak your truth. Talking to you and telling you that it's about coming back to where you belong again.
Hi, this is Ken Peters here in Irvine, California, and I'm going to speak with psychic medium Deborah Hookey.
Hi, my name is Deborah Hookey. I am a psychic medium and I communicate with those on the other side.
Sherry, our producer, only got a message from her grandma when she doubled as our camera lady on March 10th, 2017.
She steps into your vibration. It's more about like she says, like right now you're like that little kid in this festival, like you're getting candy from everywhere, and you're like, oh, I wonder what kind of candy I'm gonna get from here. I wonder what kind of candy I'm gonna get there. Do you understand that? And so she wants me to tell you that there's more candy coming.
I'm diabetic.
But the biggest surprise came when the trophy for Best Film from Hell Chess Film Festival arrived on March 15th. It is a beautiful box with a special sterling silver front. But when the box was opened, me and the crew were speechless. The box was filled with candy. Just as said in the message 5 days ago. Obviously, Grandma knew how important the Hell Chess Award meant to Sherry. It is not only the first Best Film of the Year award. Girl Indigo was her first fiction film. The win over big budget feature films proved anything is possible. But the sweet success meant more to our team than one could imagine. And somehow Grandma knew what was coming. Some may call that spooky. But think, how could Sherry's grandma see them putting candies in her trophy box? And how did Deborah get the message? I think this shows there is another dimension we don't see. In that dimension, we are no longer bound by time and space. We were lucky to get that message from the other dimension while filming, as we caught not only the messages, but had many witnesses to the effects. Actually, directors that held chess film festivals were so touched by this supernatural connection. The film won 2017 Hell Chess Spirit Award and will be screened every year at their annual festival. In another session we attended called Spirit Circle, attendees were encouraged to share what they felt about the other attendees. Since most attending the meeting have some special kind of gifts, they all seemed to hit the mark. It was kind of embarrassing when it was our turn, not knowing what to say when another attendee asked me a question. I said what came to my mind. I thought I probably made a fool out of myself, but tears came out of her eyes, and she said, "Thank you. That is exactly what I needed to know." In that same session, I asked, "Did anyone solve any crime using your special gift?" A man came forward and said, "I did. I told the police the name of the one who killed my son. He said he had a vision of a horn for 2 years before police told him that his son died of a hit and run. He asked, 'Is the man called Horn?' He said the police thought he hired Horn to kill his son to avoid paying child support after they caught the guy and found his name to be Horn." We were amazed by his abilities and attended a medium class he offered at the Spiritual Learning Center. He said his ability came one day when he was very sick, and then the room lit up. For a few years, he would attend talk shows, radio stations, and gave advice to people. But all of a sudden, his abilities went away and he was back to his normal self. We attended his first medium group meeting. It started with a meditation. Other than gentle music, the room was supposed to be quiet, but the room soon filled with crackling sounds. It was so loud, many of us could hardly concentrate. I asked him what the sound was from. He said it was from spirits, from another dimension, trying to contact him. Have you heard about cracking noise from the wall? Well, I have. I probably never paid much attention until I realized that can be from the other dimension. I was curious at first, but not knowing what the message is can be nerve-wracking. I was told to ask for them to turn it down a little, and the sound pretty much went away. I usually can't see the other dimension, but there are a few exceptions. Once in a meeting about dreams, my mind kept on drifting away and I noticed a fourth person in the room next to me. Other than the meeting teacher and another attendee, there was no other person. But a lady wearing a jaguar patterned dress was sitting next to me. She was not there when I turned and looked at her, but I could swear she was next to me. So I told the teacher, "I saw a lady next to me." And the host asked, "Was she wearing a jaguar pattern bandana?" "So you saw her too?" I asked. She said yes. "And there's a cat next to her." She pointed to the other meeting attendee. I asked the teacher, "Was the cat black with green eyes?" She said, "Did you see it too?" I said, "No, but I think it is the cat appearing in several of my dreams for the last 2 weeks." Ooh. But that was the only time I peeked into the other dimension. The experience made me acknowledge the existence of another world, but the door seemed to have locked on the other end. They can pay us visits, but we can't freely travel to the other side. We can't, but people with the so-called gift may be able to see what we don't see. While for people like you and I, we may not see, but messages can still come through. One day I suddenly started to sneeze. non-stop for almost an hour. My body also felt sore and aching. It was so bad that I booked a chiro appointment. But the aching was bad. I thought about not going. I pulled myself up from bed and got into a huge car accident right before making a turn to the doctor's office. My car was totaled, but I came out without a scratch. A psychic later told me, my guardian angel blocked the hit. Even in the rare occasions when messages from the other side came loud and clear, we probably still may miss it. However, I have seen energy from the other dimension affect electronic devices. One day, I was about to leave for the airport. I wanted to finish an email, but my laptop froze. I realized how lucky I was when I arrived at the airport before the gate was closed. If my computer did not freeze, I would probably have missed that flight. Actually, I think it is easier for unknown energy to interfere with electronic devices, because I have seen that happen quite a few times. While filming an Energy Masters remote healing session, our brand new 4K cell camera suddenly stopped for no reason. And every recording after that would have the voice come in 30 seconds after the video footage. This happened every time when the master performed energy healing next door. We kept all 8 interviews recorded but could not use any of the footage. Another attendee went into a 2-hour energy healing with Master One, but noticed his cell phone clock fell 1 hour behind during the 2-hour session. Well, don't get me wrong. We could see Master and people attending the healing, but I have to wonder if there is energy from another dimension involved. You may wonder, why did I bring out my experience with energy interfering with electronic devices, warning messages from the other dimension, and possible existence of a parallel world? Well, because I think that can help us explain a recent puzzling phenomenon. A soul survivor in year 2027 posting messages on TikTok. Javier, whose name on TikTok is Unicoso Breviviente, started posting videos starting on 2/12/2021. People did not take him seriously enough, since TikTok is meant for people to make videos for fun. But people can't help but wonder how he managed to post ghost town videos of Valencia. It is a city with over 800,000 people. Not only did he manage to make about 1 video a day, he would respond to people's request of going to the police station, hospital, driving a police car, fire engine, and even drove a brand new Mercedes out of a dealer's showroom. He visited an empty soccer game field, concert hall, museum, even a zoo. You can see a perfectly maintained city with fountains running and lawns mowed, but there's no animals in the zoo, no people in the subway, and no patients in the hospital. The electronic devices all show 2027, while he recalled living in 2021. Can this be real? Yes, if you ask me. I already showed you how it is possible to cross over from the other dimension, how our electronic devices were affected by unknown energy forces, and how warnings were passed to us. Of course, none of those came close to what we saw on TikTok. But from my own experiences, it's definitely possible. However, I do have doubts. I would not be so calm, stuck in a world by myself. Even if I have the world all to myself, not knowing what happened or what may happen could definitely ruin my days. I would probably not be able to drive a car, ride a motorbike, nor try on new clothes as Javier did. But what can I do if I am stuck? Posting TikTok may be a good way to get people's attention. Then maybe I would find help. And if I were sent to that parallel world to give out warnings, then I would be expected to be calm, right? Warning? What kind of warning can he give us? We will believe him more if he said he is from 2027, but he said he was from 2021. He can't tell us what will happen, can't point out which stock to buy, and he doesn't even tell us his real name. Well, I think warning of the existence of a parallel world is big enough warning itself. Warning of a future without people is another. I've pointed out 3 years ago that the end time is near, when we successfully decoded Nostradamus' Century 3, Quatrain 92 and 93 in our video released on December the 15th, 2018. Actually, in our book, The Future According to Nostradamus, released in January 2017, we pointed out that Nostradamus' other prophecy, in Century 2, Quatrain 4, quote, "From Monaco to near Sicily, the entire coast will remain desolated. There will remain there no suburb, city, or town, not pillaged and robbed by the barbarians," which clearly pointed out the Mediterranean coast to be desolated. Do you know Valencia is on the Mediterranean coast? And in our book released spring 2020, we mentioned another prophecy. Century 2, Quatrain 19, quote, "Newcomers' place built without defense, place occupied then uninhabitable, meadows, houses, fields, towns to take at pleasure. Famine, plague, war, extensive land arable," which also stated how places occupied then uninhabitable. So I would say either Javier is really stuck in a parallel world or not. The warning I got is for sure real. So what has happened and what will happen? Back in 2017, we saw internet sensations bragging about hitting half of their predictions on YouTube, and decided to release our own on January the 13th, 2017. In that video, Nostradamus 2017, What Does the Future Hold?, we actually got 87,847 views and hit 80% of our predictions. And we also started looking for the Twin City, the epicenter for the next disaster. We got it pretty close to Seoul and Incheon. Nostradamus said it is the place for the plague to break out. We realized it was actually Wuhan in 2020. We then released our prediction for 2018 on December 2, 2017, called 2018 Predictions According to Nostradamus. We got a hit rate of 95%, but the video received only 9,000 views. We did not violate anything, but we for sure were being censored or blocked. Our viewers complained about us being deleted from their subscription list. So we did not release our predictions for 2019, 2020, nor 2021. We instead released videos in Chinese. We had about 5 million views on our original contents before being made invisible again on YouTube and Google. Please note that we made this video not to endorse Javier, because we don't really know if he's stuck in a parallel world or not. But we felt the message he sent is putting us at a turning point. There may be things we can do, and there may not be. But if Judgment Day is really coming, we will have to treasure every minute as our last. But if we can do something, let's do what we can so this beautiful world can have a tomorrow. This is Ken Peters. Thank you for watching.